In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Dr. Anandi Gopal Joshi. She was the first female doctor of India. She is the one who created a milestone for all women to achieve something in life and get educated. This is a video giving tribute to this awesome personality. Let us begin this video. Dr. Anandi Gopal Joshi was an exceptional woman who achieved something truly remarkable in the past era. She etched her name in history by becoming first female doctor of India, a noteworthy accomplishment that was particularly challenging during her time. In this account, we will delve into her inspiring journey and discover how she made a lasting impact on the pages of history. Born in 1865 in a modest village in Maharashtra, India, Anandi Gopal Joshi defined societal norms and convictions. At the tender age of 14, she entered into marriage, but her husband, Gopal Rao Joshi, was a forward-thinking individual who not only supported her dreams but also encouraged her to pursue an education. This encouragement would set the stage for her historical accomplishment. Born on 31st March 1865, birthplace Kalyan, Bombay Presidency, British India. Qualification: medical degree. She did medical degree at Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania, Philadelphia, USA. She was the South Asian female physician who died on February 26, 1887. She opened the gates for many young women in India. Anandi's father was unconventionally for their time, as her father believed in educating girls despite the norms that restricted women's education. Her father's progressive outlook allowed her to attend a local missionary college where she not only exceeded in her studies but also learned English, a language not commonly taught to girls then. This is the photo of her graduation day in 1885. Anandibai Joshi graduated from Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania in 1886, seen here with K. Okami Center and Sabat Islamboli Right. All three completed their medical studies, and each of them were among the first women from their respective countries to obtain a degree in Western medicine. She was the first Indian female doctor of Western medicine. She was the first woman from the erstwhile Bombay Residency of India to study and graduate with a 2-year degree in Western medicine in the United States. This is a photo taken at October 10, 1885. Yamuna Joshi was her original name. She died on 26 February 1887 at the age of 21. Her resting place is in Poughkeepsie, New York, United States. With her ashes is there. So Dr. K. Okani was the first female doctor from Japan. Dr. Sabat and Islamboli was the first female doctor from the country Syria. Anandi Gopal Joshi was the first female doctor of India, graduated in 1886 from USA. Her native is Kalyan, now Maharashtra. Kadambari Ganguly. She was the first woman doctor of India, graduated in 1886 from India, which is West Bengal Medical College, Calcutta. But the degree awarded was GBMC as she failed in a subject in medicine. Her native is Mangalpur, Bihar. Rukmabai Raut, one of the first practicing women doctors of India, graduated in 1894 from UK London School of Medicine. Native is Mumbai. Dr. Anandi Gopal Joshi, the first woman doctor from India who graduated in the year 1886. MBBS still a budding dream for many even this modern days. But imagine a woman did it with all the confidence in the world in the Orthodox India, and she also got one of the greatest honors down her time, that she got a congratulatory message from Queen Victoria. Joshi Madam was born and raised in a Marathi Chitpavan Brahmin family, as was the practice at that time, and due to pressure from her mother, she was married at the age of 9 to Gopal Rao Joshi, a widower almost 20 years her senior. After marriage, Yamuna's husband renamed her Anandi. Gopal Rao Joshi worked as a postal clerk in Kalyan. Later, he was transferred to Alibag and then finally to Kotapur. She was also a relative of Pandita Ramabai. At the age of 14, Anandibai gave birth to a boy, but the child lived only for a total of 10 days due to lack of medical care. This proved to be a turning point in Anandi's life and inspired her to become a physician. After Gopal Rao tried to enroll her in missionary schools and not working out, they moved to Calcutta. There she learned to read and speak Sanskrit and English. Her husband encouraged her to study medicine in 1880. He sent a letter to Royal Wilder, a well-known American missionary, stating his wife's interest in inquiring about a suitable post in the US for herself. Wilder published the correspondence in his Princeton's Missionary Review. Theodosia Carpenter, a resident of Rosette, New Jersey, happened to read it while waiting to see her dentist. Impressed by both Anandibai's desire to study medicine and Gopal Rao's support for his wife, she wrote to Anandibai. Carpenter and Anandibai developed a close friendship and came to refer to each other as aunt and niece. Later, Carpenter would host Anandibai in Broche during Joshi's stay in US. While the Joshi couple was in Calcutta, Anandibai's health was declining. She suffered from weakness, constant headaches, occasional fever, and sometimes breathlessness. Theodosia sent her medicines from America without results. In 1883, Gopal Rao was transferred to Serampore and he decided to send Anandibai by herself to America for her medical studies despite her poor health. Though apprehensive, Gopal Rao convinced her to set an example for other women by pursuing higher education. Physician couple named Trobon suggested that Anandibai apply to the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania on learning of Anandibai's plan to pursue higher education in the West. Orthodox Indian Society censored her very strongly. Anandibai addressed the community of Serampore Goapsal, explaining her decision to go to America and obtain a medical degree. She discussed the persecution she and her husband had endured. She stressed the need for female doctors in India, emphasizing that Hindu women would better serve as physicians to Hindu women. Her speech received publicly and financially contributions started pouring in from all over India. In the 1800s, it was very unusual for husbands to focus on their wives' education. Gopal Rao was obsessed with the idea of Anandibai's education and he wanted her to learn medicine and create her own identity in the world. One day, he came into the kitchen and found her cooking with her grandmother and proceeded to go into a racing pit. It was very uncommon for husbands to beat their wives for cooking instead of reading. As Gopal Rao's obsession with Joshi's education grew, he went with Mrs. Carpenter, a Philadelphian missionary, to America to study medicine. Before her voyage, she addressed a public hall in 1883. She addressed the lack of women doctors and said, "I volunteer myself as one." She also mentioned how midwifery was not sufficient in any case and that instructors who teach this class have conservative views. Gopal Rao eventually moved to America when he felt displeased by her efforts. By the time he arrived in Philadelphia, she had completed her studies and was a doctor. Anandibai traveled to New York from Kolkata by ship, chaperoned by two female English missionary acquaintances of the Trobons in New York. Theodosia Carpenter received her in June 1883. Anandibai wrote to the Women's Medical College of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia asking to be admitted to their medical program, which was the second women's medical program in the world. Rachel Bedley, the dean of the college, enrolled her. Anandibai began her medical training at the age of 19. In America, her health worsened because of the cold weather and unfamiliar diet. She contracted tuberculosis. Nevertheless, she graduated with an MD in March 1886. The topic of her thesis was obstetrics among the Aryan Hindus. The thesis utilized references from both Ayurvedic text and American medical textbooks. On her graduation, Queen Victoria sent her a congratulatory message. Late 1886, Anandibai returned to India, receiving a grand welcome. The princely state of Kolhapur appointed her as the physician in charge of the female ward of the local Albert Edward Hospital. Anandibai died of tuberculosis early the next year on 26 February 1887 before turning 22 in Pune. Years preceding her death, she was fatigued and felt constant weaknesses. Medicine was sent to her from America, but there were no results, so she kept studying medicine until death. Her death was mourned throughout India. Her ashes were sent to Theodosia Carpenter, who placed them in her family cemetery at the Poughkeepsie Rural Cemetery in Poughkeepsie, New York. The inscription states that Anandi Joshi was an Hindu Brahmin girl, the first Indian woman to receive education abroad and to obtain a medical degree. Despite practicing medicine for only 2 to 3 months, she rose to fame for her sheer determination and hard work. To become the first Indian female to study Western medicine, becoming an inspiration to all others who came after her. She is an inspiration for many women like us, especially doctors. She was one of the very few Indian women to study abroad at that time, adjusting to a new culture, language, environment. Anandi Joshi faced numerous challenges, including financial difficulties, homesickness, and health issues. There is also a biopic movie about her. The milestones set by the first Hindu woman in America. She was the first Hindu woman to go to the US. After losing her son of 10 days, she decided to study medicine and was supported by her husband. She was the first woman, along with Kanambini Ganguly, to do an MD from outside India in 1886. Her thesis was on obstetrics among the Aryan Hindus, and she received a congratulatory message from Queen Victoria on her graduation. This is her movie's poster image. I recommend you to please watch this video and get motivated from her. This is the image of Gopal Rao Joshi, Anandibai Joshi's husband. This is a newspaper photo which was written at that time. Thank you, ma'am, for being our inspiration. Thank you for setting a milestone. Thank you for inspiring all women to achieve their dreams, goals. Thank you.